Hello, class 6. How are you all? So, from today, we are going to begin a new chapter, chapter number 8. And the name of chapter is Body Movement in Human Being. Yes, body movement. So, this chapter is very interesting. Yes, this chapter is a very interesting chapter. So, kids, in this chapter, we will study about the different kind of bones of human being, and we will also study about different kind of animals. Yes, we will study about the bones, type of joints. So, this chapter is going to be a big chapter. This chapter is little bit big, and we will also study about cartilage, ligaments, some extra topic I have also included. Yes, some extra topic, but don't worry, I will tell you that which topic you will not write. I will tell you if any topic will come like this, then I must tell you that which topic you should not study. Don't worry. So this chapter is little bit long, but don't worry. So as you know that human body, about human body, you know that our human body has 206 bones. Yes, in an adult, in an adult has 206 bones, and we almost have 600 muscles. Yes, we almost have 600 muscles, mm, and you know that our body is made up of cells. Yes, our body is made up of cells. What are cells? What are cells? What do you mean by cells? No, I'm not talking about the cell of watch cell, not. I'm not talking about the cell of remote cell, not. Neither remote cell nor watch cell. This is different kind of cell. CELL cell, CELL cell. So cells are the structural and functional unit of our life. Yes, it means our body is made up of cell. Our body is made up of cell. Cells are discovered by Robert Hooke. Yes, who discovered cells? Robert Hooke discovered cells. Okay, Robert Hooke discovered cells. Okay, remember this point. Our body is made up of cells, and the group of cell is called tissue, and the group of tissue is called organ. Yes, and our bones make our internal system. Yes, we have different kind of bones. Yes, and there are different joints present at the bones. Yes, like gliding joints, pivot joints. So we will going to study the about the different kind of joints. Okay, we will study everything in detail, and we will also study that we will study about the movement of animals. I guess movement of insect we will study. We will also study about movement in reptiles, aquatic animals. How does the swim? How does the fish swim? How does the fish swim? And how does the snake move? And we will also study about the snail. We will study the locomotion of snail. Is how does the snail move forward? And you know, earthworm, you have seen it during the rainy season in monsoon. So how does the earthworm move? Yes, you know that earthworm is also known as friend of farmer. Yes, earthworm is also known as farmer's friend, because it helps to make natural manure which help to grow the plants. Okay, so first of all, we will see a brief introduction about the bones, and we will also see their function. Okay, because there are different bones. Yes, there are different bones present in our body. Yes, but our heart is boneless. Yes, our heart is boneless. Our heart is actually made of muscles. Our heart is made up of muscles. Okay. Now let's begin. Let's move on the next point. Okay. So first topic is bones and their function. Bones and their function. So bones are very strong. Yes, they are rigid. Yes, bones are rigid. That constitute part of endoskeleton of vertebrates consist of calcium. Let me explain you in detail that because our body is made up of different type of system. You know, you might have studied about digestive system. Yes, digestive system. It contains mouth, food pipe, stomach, large intestine, small intestine. Yes, in the same way, our bones make a system. Yes, because mouth, food pipe, stomach, intestine, they make digestive system. In the same way, our bones make skeleton system. We have two type of skeleton: endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Endoskeleton is inside, all the bones which are inside, and exoskeleton means hair, our nails. These are the parts of exoskeleton. Okay. So if we talk about the our vertebrates, yes, backbone, it is actually made of calcium. Our all the bones are made up of calcium. Yes, our bones are made up of calcium. So what is the work of bones? What is the function of bone? They support and protect the various organ of body. Yes, this is the first function. They protect the various organ of the body. For example, uh, if I talk about our chest has a cage of bones. Our chest has a cage of bone which is known as rib cage. Yes, this rib cage protect our lungs. Yes, heart, they protect. They are protected by rib cage. Yes, our lungs are protected by rib cage. Rib cage is actually made up of bones. Rib cage is actually made of bones. As you can see in the picture, the last picture is actually the rib cage, and first picture, look the first picture, it is a skull. Look the first picture, it is a skull. skull. What is skull? It protects us the our brain. Yes, skull is a bone of our head. Skull is the bone of our head. It protect the brain. So they support and protect the various organ of the body, and uh, they help to produce two type of cell: red blood cell and white blood cell. Yes, red blood cell help to make blood, and white blood cell, you know that it is a protector. Okay. uh, and apart from this, there is also stored mineral. Okay. And bones can serve to protect internal organs such as skull protecting the brain, ribs protecting the heart and lungs. Okay, bones provide a frame to keep the body supported. Yes, so we can say that bones provide a frame to keep the body supported. Yes, they also support our bodies. Suppose just for a moment, think just for a moment. So for if there is no bone in our leg, suppose if there is no bone in our leg and our bone is just our leg, if there is no bone in our leg and our leg just made up of muscles, then what will happen? Yes, we will not able to walk. We can't walk. Yes, is it correct? So that's why bones are very important. Even in my face have bones. Yes, suppose bones are not in my face, then what will happen? I will not look good. Yes, I will not look smart. Isn't it amazing? If bones are not present in your face, then you will look so dirty. Yes, you will not look good. Yes, I hope you understood. Now let's study about the joint. Let's move on the next point. Okay, now let's study about the joint. Yes, there are different type of joint, but before it, let me tell you what do you mean by joint. Joint is that point where two bones are attached to each other. Yes, joint is actually that point where two bones are attached to each other, which help to move our bones. Yes, which help to move our bones. Yes, so there are two type of joint in our body. First is movable joint, second is immovable joint. Yes, there are two type of joint, movable joints and immovable joints. Yes, movable joints can be divided into four part, and which are the four part. Movable joint are hinge joint, pivot joint, or you can say pivot. Pivot is actually correct. Gliding joint, but some people say pivot, it doesn't matter. Okay, hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint. Okay, these are four movable joint. Okay, and there is only one immovable joint, there is one non-movable joint, which is fixed joint. Yes, fixed joint is non-movable joint. So these are the joint. Okay, ball and socket joint, gliding joint, hinge joint. So we will study about all these. We will study about ball and socket joint. Yes, ball and socket joint is found in our shoulder. Yes, ball and socket joint is found in our shoulder, and hinge joint is found in our hinge joint, which is actually found, you can say it is found in our hand. A hinge joint is found in our hand. Okay, and other joints are like gliding joint is also found in our wrist, and fixed joint like in skull. Our skull has fixed joint. So there are different type of joint. Okay, we will also discuss the question. Okay, we will also discuss all these topic by questions, so you will easily understand them. Okay, so I hope you understood. So what is joint? Joint is that point which attach the two bones and make them movable. Yes, well, most of the joints are movable. Which are the movable joint? Hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, ball and socket. And which is non-movable joint? Socket joint. Is it easy? Yes. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay, so now let's discuss about the ball and socket joint. Yes, it's very easy. Ball and socket joint. So ball and socket joint, which is also known as spheroidal joint. Yes, ball and socket joint is also known as spheroidal joint, is a joint in which the ball shaped surface of one rounded bone fits into the cup like depression. Yes, fits into the cup like depression of another bone. Yes, so in ball and socket joint there are two bones, ball and socket joint. One bone is actually, one bone end is just like ball, hollow ball, and another is just like cup, hollow cup. So they can easily fit and they make like this structure. So these can easily move. So where are these joint found? Where are these joint found? These are found in the hip. Yes, hip, and where the rounded head of femur. Yes, femur. is our bone of leg, rest in the cup like actabulum, or you can say socket, okay, of the pelvis, yes, and in the glenohumeral joint of the shoulder, yes, there is also a joint, glenohumeral joint of the, so they are fit together, where the rounded head of the humerus ball rests in the cup like glenoid fossa, or you can say socket of the shoulder blade. Yes, it is also found in our shoulder. You no need to learn the completely, you just remember that they are found in our hand and hand and pelvis, okay, shoulder, you can remember shoulder and pelvis, okay, these are the, so the ball and socket joint, also known as spheroidal joint, in which the ball shaped surface or one rounded bone fit into another cup like depression of another bone, they are found in as you know, they are found in shoulder and pelvis. Yes, because one bone of shoulder, if we talk about the bone of shoulder, then you know that there are, the shoulder bone is connected to humerus, this bone is called humerus. Yes, this bone is called humerus. Just above the elbow, just above the elbow bone is called humerus. So, and just below the elbow this bone is called ulna, this bone is called ulna. I will show you the diagram, okay, don't worry. So the ball of humerus, it is like ball structure which is connected to the cup like structure of shoulder bone. Yes, this joint is known as ball and socket joint. Okay, I hope that you understood. It's very easy. Okay, now we will discuss the next joint, which is hinge joint. Let's move on the next point. Okay, so now let's study about hinge joint. Yes, so a hinge joint is, it is also known as ganglimus. Yes, so it's a bone joint. Hinge joint is a bone joint in which one articular surface are molded to each other in such a manner as to permit motion in one plane. Yes, like the joint, knee joint, and the joint of our elbow joint, knee joint, ankle joint. Yes, these are actually hinge joint. So what happens in these joint? So in these joint, our bones move only in one direction. Yes, in these joints our bones move in one direction. Yes, so we can say in hinge joint a articular surface are formed. Yes, articular surface are molded. So in this surface what happens, our bones can move only in one up and down. Yes, our bones can move up and down or little bit side to side. Yes, yes, so these kind of joints are known as hinge joint. So they are present in our knee and ankle. So knee joint, ankle joint. Yes, because as they allow a slight degree of rotation or a side to side movement. Yes, they allow a slight slightly motion, or side to side movement is slightly, little bit motion in slightly, otherwise the movement is only up and down. Yes, so these kind of movement is possible in hinge joint. Okay, so remember hinge joint is present in hand and knee joint and okay, knee joint, ankle joint, knee joint, hand, ankle joint, they have hinge joint. Okay, I hope you understood about it. It's very easy, as you can see also in the picture. Yes, can you see in the picture? It's very easy to memorize it. So, what is hinge joint? A hinge joint is a bone joint in which the articular surfaces are molded to each other in such a manner as to permit motion only in one plane. Yes, okay. So, motion is possible in one plane. Yes, means motion is not possible in all direction. Okay, that is the meaning of it. And I hope you understood. Now, let's talk about next joint, which is a pivot joint. Yes, let's move on the next point. So kids, you know that what is ball and socket joint? Yes. So ball and socket joint is also known as spheroidal joint. Yes. Spheroidal joint, kids, this word is not given in your book. Only in your book ball and socket joint word is given. Spheroidal word joint is not given. Okay. Only ball and socket word is given. Okay. So what is ball and socket joint? Ball and socket joint is a joint in which the ball shaped surface of one rounded bone fit into the cup like depression of another bone. Yes, cup like hole of another bone, and which is found in shoulder. Yes, in pelvic, and what is hinge joint? Hinge joint, it is also known as ginglymus joint. Hinge joint is a bone joint in which the articular surface are molded. Yes, articular surface is formed in such a manner as to permit the motion only in one plane, like the motion of knee joint and ankle joint. Now let's talk about the pivot joint. Pivot joint is present in our neck. Yes, pivot joint is present in our neck. So because of this joint help to move our head up, down, right, left. Because of pivot joint our head can move up, down, right, left. So pivot joint allow for rotation. Yes, rotation. That's why our neck can rotate because of pivot joint. Yes, so pivot joint allow for rotation which can be external. Yes, it is actually the external, as you can see. Yes, I can easily rotate my neck. Okay, and in the same way, for example, when rotating an arm outward or internal, so or as in rotating an arm inward, so we can say then pivot joint allow for rotation, like the motion of our arm can move easily. Uh, yes, and the motion of neck, as you can see in the picture also. Yes, when rotating the forearm, these movements are typically called pronation and supination. Yes, when when you rotate the forearm when you rotate the forearm, then this movement is known as pronation and supination. Well, you no need to learn pronation and supination word. Okay, because these pronation and supination word are not given. Just I have just written for your extra knowledge, so you can understand. Pronation and supination means when rotating the forearm. Yes, outward or inward. Yes, so this motion is known as pronation or supination. Okay, so I hope that you understood pivot joint. Yes, it's very easy. Now let's talk. Let's move to the next point. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. So as you can see on the screen, question number 1, write the name of different types of joint. Yes, there are different type of joints. Yes, so we can divide the joints into two categories. Yes, movable joint and non-movable joint, or you can say movable joint, immovable joint. So which are the movable joint? Hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint. These are movable joint, and fixed joint is immovable. So today we studied about ball and socket joint. We also studied hinge joint and pivot joint. Tomorrow next class we will study about gliding joint and fixed joint. Okay, in next class we will study gliding joint is also a movable joint and fixed joint is immovable joint. Okay, next question. So next question is question number 2. Write a short note on hinge joint and pivot joint. Yes, write a short note on pivot joint and hinge joint. So what is pivot joint? Pivot joint allow for a rotation which can be external or internal. Yes, this joint enable us to move our head up, down, right, left, and are present in our neck. Yes, pivot joint is present at the neck. Yes, which allow to move, rotate our neck. Yes, so it was all about pivot joint. And if we talk about hinge joint is a bone joint in which the articular surface are molded to each other in such a manner as to permit motion only in one plane. Yes, they allow the motion in only in one plane, just like our knee joint is actually a hinge joint, and ankle joint is also little hinge joint. Hand joint, the joint of hand is also hinge joint. Okay, these are actually hinge joint which allow the movement only in one direction. Yes, and kids, if we talk about ball and socket joint, then we can say that the ball and socket joint, also known as spheroidal joint, is a joint in which the ball shaped surface of one rounded bone fits into the cup like a depression of another bone. Yes. What is ball and socket joint? Ball and socket joint is a joint in which the ball shaped surface of one rounded bones fit into cup like depression of another bone. Yes, as you know about like a shoulder joint, pelvic joint, they are ball and socket joint. Okay, now last question, write the function of bone. Yes, what are the function of bones? So you know that bones are rigid. Yes, that constitute part the endoskeleton of vertebrates, consist of calcium. So what is the function? What are the function? What are the function of bones? So bones can serve to protect internal organ. Yes, they support and protect. They support and protect the various organ of the body, and they support and protect the various organ of body, and they produce red blood cells and white blood cells and store minerals. Yes, white blood cell actually act as a protector. Yes, and bones can serve to protect internal organ. Yes, they can serve as a, they can protect our internal organ such as the skull. Yes, skull protecting the brain, or the ribs protecting the heart and the lungs. Bones provide a frame to keep the body supported. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we'll meet in next class. Okay, till then, do study, hard work. Bye bye.